Everybody, welcome back to the Sports Show. Hope you can stay with us a little bit longer. Time to turn our attention to the Southern Footy League. Lots happening there, Poppy. Big weekend coming up. We welcome, of course, the Prez, Craig Warman, as always.
Yeah, hello, boys. How are you?
Very good. Now, Anthony Bernard, he's in for a bit of a chat with us as well. Anthony, how are you, mate?
Thank you very much. Yeah,
all right,
good.
We'll get to you, mate, and the OSB Longsdale boys in a minute and what's happening down there. Let's get over last weekend's games, mate, because there were some beauties and there are a couple of big ones as well.
Yeah, there were.
And a couple of them we'll gloss over.
Yep.
That's just because Anthony's here and he's bigger than all of us, mate. Let's have a look. Christie's Beach, they lost to Noarlunga. Wasn't a bad one?
It wasn't a bad one. There was only 2 goals in it halfway through the last quarter. Noarlunga then booted away and finished up winning by about 6 in the end.
In those conditions, it would have been trying, though, in those wet and windy conditions. Did you get rain?
No, mate.
Still no rain.
Still no rain. Now, Cove, they were at home. Bit too strong for Longsdale. Okay, it's good talking about that one. Flagstaff Hill, mate. Can we get on to Flagstaff Hill?
Bounce back.
They'll bounce back this weekend, mate. Flagstaff Hill, 38-point winners over Port Noarlunga. Surprised by the margin?
We were, because during the day, Port Noarlunga at half-time were ahead in that game. Really good third quarter by the reigning premier. Got them over the line.
All right. Aldinga had a big win too over Marion, but we're pretty much expecting that now. Marion's the battlers, aren't they?
But good for Aldinga. That's 2 in a row. They come up against another one that they could win this weekend.
All right. Probably surprised by the margin and the result. I mean, that Morfett Vale were able to hand Ranella a 41-point pantsing.
Yeah, but again, halfway through the third quarter, there was 2 goals in it. And then the experience of the Morfett Vale side got them over the line.
All right, let's have a talk, playing a lot of young. Let's have a talk about this game that's coming up on the weekend, reconciliation round as opposed to Indigenous round. So well done again to the Southern Footy League. Now, Anthony, you've been good enough to bring in a couple of jumpers, mate. Let's have a look at this one first and tell us a little bit about how that fits with OSB Longsdale.
Okay, well, this is our Indigenous Guernsey. Indigenous Guernsey for this round this week. Designed by Doug Clinch Senior, who's a long-time life member and a long-time player for the club. So what it actually represents is that the green and gold is the Mawson Football Club, and you've got the Sutherland's Beach Football Club, and it's just our journey when we first merged together, and it just represents us as the Lions as one. It does.
So that Guernsey's unique just for this game?
Yes. Absolutely.
What do you do with them afterwards? Do they auction them off? Some clubs auction them. Some guys want to keep them. Has there been a?
Some players want to buy their own Guernseys, which are allowed, and those proceeds will go into next year's Indigenous round, reconciliation round, to make it bigger and better for next year.
You know what I love about these rounds is that I reckon you've just represented exactly the difference. That Guernsey tells a story where most Guernseys are just representative of the colours of the club, rather than the story of the club. And you have these different rounds that gives an opportunity for people to give a bit more depth to their history, and I think that's a great opportunity. And of course, you've got some
Christie's. What about Christie's, mate?
Show the back of it first. Sorry, that's Junction Australia. They've been very fortunate to jump on board and sponsor us for the Guernseys this year. They do a wonderful job in the community.
Yes,
they do for young people. So not just down the south, but the whole of Adelaide. So
well done by Junction. Good on them.
And of course, Christie's again. Both clubs have been very fortunate to be able to have sponsors that have sponsored both of these Guernseys. Junction for O'Sullivan's Beach and Santec for Christie's Beach.
See, this Guernsey looks a little bit too small, though, compared to this one.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, we haven't got a prototype yet, but they are in the process of making it. But that's the Christie's Beach Guernsey with the red, the white and the black, because they're the Saints within our league. All right, just quickly, the white squiggle through the middle represents the Christie's Creek, which down our way is the natural water boundary between Christie's Beach and O'Sullivan's Beach. And that runs all the way down to the ocean, which is signified down in the bottom corner. Up in the top corner is where the football club, where everyone meets, so that's the meeting place.
Yes.
And the boomerang represents the return of the past and players and officials of the particular club. Now, so again, it's the first time in the Southern Football League that both clubs have an Indigenous Guernsey to be played in this round.
And we should mention Santec as well, that are supporting the
Christie's Beach side.
Christie's Beach as well.
Yep. Now this one's the medal, of course, for most valuable or best on ground.
Yeah, best on ground. And again, the gentleman who designed the O'Sullivan's Beach Lonsdale Guernsey also was the designer of that particular medal. Doug Clinch is an Aboriginal artist who, again, it's terrific work.
Well, speaking about this round, how do we see it?
Well, the medal's gone because I'm keeping it. I really like the look of that. So we have to get another one done for that. Yep. Okay. What do we got?
What do you think about this game?
I reckon it's going to be a beauty. It is going to be a beauty.
It will. And again, we've got the process of the day. We'll have the games, and before the A-grade game, there'll be a welcome to country and an Aboriginal ceremony that's all been set up. We'll get some Aboriginal elders down there as well to bless the ground and be part of this particular day.
It's great. Ernie Dingo's a mate of mine. I said to him, we're chatting away one time, I said, "Do you ever play footy?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I was the best player that ever played." He said, "Because I'd go out there and say, this is a sacred site. No one can come in here except for me." He said that's how he used to tell me. Yeah, never got tackled, no problem at all. So, it'll be fantastic. Let's have a look at it, though. So you've got Aldinga, they're in fourth spot. They've got Morford Vale at Aldinga.
This will be a good game.
4v3.
Yep, and we saw Morford Vale against Ranella. We also saw Aldinga. And again, 2 in a row. They're on their home deck. Last time they had a side that was supposedly better than them, Happy Valley, went down there and got beaten. I give Aldinga a good shot. Morford Vale with their experience, I think in the end will tell. But this promises to be a real good game.
All right, we've got to get through them quick now. Happy Valley in 8th, Ranella in 7th at Happy Valley.
You tip Ranella to bounce back in that one.
Right, Marion Cove at Marion.
Cove.
All right. Noarlunga, Port Noarlunga. 2nd v6 at Noarlunga.
No love lost between these. You talk about arch rivals, Port Noarlunga and Noarlunga. Noarlunga back with a vengeance last week, so I would tip them over the Divers.
Anthony.
Last one, Anthony.
Well, it's going to be very interesting because the Lions are 10th and Chrissy's are 9th, so it's going to be a great battle. It's going to be absolutely massive. And I think our boys will come back a bit better from a lot better hopefully from last week.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm tipping them by 3 goals, I think.
All right, well, that's better than tipping for a draw anyway. Look, it'll be a ripper. Get down there and have a look at that one if you can, down at OSB Longsdale. What time will the game kick off?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. All right, stay with us. Still plenty to come on the show.